We know this scene by heart. Steel counters, dim lights, and highly intelligent reptilian killers working as a team to flank their targets. They communicate, set traps, and hunt in organized, lethal squads. But the biology suggests a different animal. Fossilized forearm bones show quill knobs where wing-style feathers anchored, meaning the real velociraptor was an animal the size of a turkey, knee-high, and covered in feathers. The idea that these predators span complex group tactics originated in the late 1960s, when paleontologist John Ostrom was excavating the Cloverly Formation in Montana. Ostrom unearthed a nimble predator with a curved sickle claw, which he named Deinonychus. He consistently found the skeletons of these 200-pound predators scattered around the remains of Tenontosaurus, a plant eater weighing over 2,000 pounds. This diagram illustrates the 10-to-1 scale difference Ostrom observed. A single 200-pound predator caking down a 2,000-pound giant is the equivalent of a house cat trying to kill a horse. While the pack theory provided a logical explanation for this size mismatch, the fossils themselves contain evidence that suggests a different social structure. One piece of evidence often cited is a trackway discovered in China, where 6 raptors pressed their footprints into the ancient mud, all moving in the same direction at nearly the same moment. Moving in the same direction does not necessarily mean cooperation. Modern animals are frequently drawn to the same shorelines, river crossings, or carcasses, moving in crowds while remaining entirely indifferent to one another. When researchers Brian Roach and Daniel Brinkman re-examined the Montana kill sites, they noted a specific detail. If a coordinated pack brought down a giant herbivore as a team, it is unusual to find so many predators dead at their own kills. The arrangement of the bones suggests the predators were killed by one another. When smaller individuals pushed in too close to the meat, they were attacked and eaten by larger raptors. These sites represent a feeding frenzy, where solitary killers fought for access to the carcass, rather than a group sharing a kill. In a structured social unit like a wolf pack, adults hunt large game and provision their pups with the meat. Because the entire family eats the same prey, young wolves and adult wolves share nearly identical dietary signatures. Paleontologist Joseph Fredrickson tested for this behavior by measuring carbon isotopes within Deinonychus teeth. As a tooth grows, the chemistry of the animal's food is incorporated into the enamel, preserving a record of its diet. On this graph, the raptor's carbon signatures separate into 2 distinct clusters. The juvenile teeth failed to match the adults. This indicates parents did not feed their young. Juveniles hunted small prey on their own, while adults pursued larger game. A species that does not provision its own offspring lacks the social structure required to execute complex, coordinated group hunts. In Mongolia's Gobi Desert, one specific fossil preserves a moment of a raptor hunt that aligns with this chemical evidence. Unearthed in 1971, the fighting dinosaurs fossil shows a single feathered velociraptor locked in mortal combat with a protoceratops. The raptor's sickle claw is buried in the herbivore's throat, while the protoceratops has the predator's arm clamped in its beak. This snapshot of a hunt shows a lone predator taking on its prey without backup, mirroring the behavior suggested by the tooth chemistry. The pack hunting model was borrowed from mammals, but the raptor's actual living relatives, birds and crocodilians, are predominantly solitary hunters. A more accurate modern equivalent for the raptor's behavior is the Komodo dragon. A single Komodo dragon is fully capable of bringing down an animal larger than itself, relying on its own speed and weapons rather than a team. When prey is wounded, the scent of blood draws dozens of independent Komodo dragons from miles away to converge on the same carcass. This temporary gathering of predators is a mob of loners, not a pack. To a future paleontologist, these fossilized remains would create the appearance of cooperation where there was only competition. The movie myth gave the raptor teammates. The evidence shows they only had rivals, and they were just as likely to turn on their own kind if the food ran short. The scariest thing about a real raptor wasn't that it had a pack, it was that it didn't need one. If you want to see more prehistoric myths put on trial, hit the subscribe button and the like button. Tell me in the comments which dinosaur we should investigate next. Until next time, stay curious.